Steve, you are like such a muter and unmuter. I'm curious, what are you doing when you're constantly muting it? At the end of everything, there's this whole just like a feed of like 5,000
No, like
Steves muted and unmuted. Like what?
Anytime that I do the same thing when I'm like gaming with everyone. Like anytime that I am not saying anything, I mute my mic because I don't want like background shit to be heard or mouth noises.
Ooh, okay, never mind. I was gonna give you a hard time, but I support this anti-mouth noise. No. I need to figure out what your version, like an audio version of like veins is, because I
just
need to
pulsating, just like pulsating heartbeat stuff. Steve, are you gonna start this or what?
I mean, are we ready? Are we ready?
Ever?
We've been ready for the past minute.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Stevecast episode I don't fucking know. I am Steve, joined as usual by Rachel. And Matt.
Yeah, I'm here.
Rachel's not going to introduce herself. She's just going to laugh, and that's just fine. That's what we
I
expect.
said hi. What do you want from me? Hello, my name is Rachel. I am a Virgo. I enjoy cats and vintage clothing. What do you want from me?
Well, I mean, I didn't say
when
stop.
When is enough?
I didn't say stop!
Keep going, Rachel. Keep going.
What's your safe word?
Applesauce.
All right.
Tonight we are watching the sequel to the Cynthia Rothrock letdown that was Martial Law. We are
hey,
hoping...
Steve, the 15,000 people who watched that video do not feel it was a letdown.
The episode was probably fine. The movie itself was a letdown, and there is no fucking debating that. That movie was absolute bullshit garbage.
I checked the stats on that video. We have about 50 new subscribers just from that martial law video.
Which was a bigger heartbreak for you guys? The Cynthia Rothrock letdown or the Steve James letdown?
Steve James, not close.
Steve James.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Cynthia Rothrock was great, but we hadn't built up like the legend of Cynthia Rothrock the way that we had Steve James.
Fair.
But tonight we're hoping for the Cynthia Rothrock redemption. We are watching Martial Law 2. I feel happy.
Undercover.
Yeah, I feel happy that Cynthia Rothrock is on the cover and the box art is making it look like she is the star. However, I feel bad because if I recall correctly, the first movie, her meathead, uncharismatic boyfriend was actually nicknamed Martial Law. He was the titular character. So I feel like this box art is a fake out.
Uh-oh.
Could be, because I don't think that either Chad McQueen or this guy, Jeff Wincott, who's now playing Detective Sean Thompson, a.k.a. Martial Law, I don't think they have the name or star power that Cynthia Rothrock has. So this could be a case of producers just putting her face on the cover to really sell some movies.
What is our obsession with watching action movies with the best person cast in the sidekick role?
I don't know. Just makes you wish for that other timeline in which Cynthia Rothrock and Steve James and all these great sidekicks starred in one big, awesome action epic made by Canon.
Yeah. The Expendables budget version.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Better
that's a thing
version
that
is what you
exists. I believe during Martial Law, the first movie, like we looked it up, and there was like some asylum version of the Expendables with an all-female cast that included Cynthia Rothrock. Maybe one day we'll put that on the list of bullshit we're gonna suffer through.
Next Sunday?
No.
We've done. This is like the third Steve cast in a row. I am not doing another one next
Break
week.
time, Rachel. It's holiday break time. Holiday break time.
Yes.
I will point out that this movie is directed by a guy named Kurt Anderson. That's about all I can say. This is his first movie, his directorial debut. And he went on to make another movie called Martial Outlaw, which may or may not have
come on.
anything to do with, maybe it's a spin-off of Martial Law. I don't know.
Martial Law 2 and Martial Outlaw.
Which
That's
also stars
fantastic.
Jeff Wincott.
Oh.
So
Who is that?
We have a universe here.
He's the new meathead, Martial Law.
Oh, new meathead boyfriend. Great.
Yep.
Wonderful. I'm sure he's going to be the main star, and Cynthia Rothrock is once again going to be put in the background. Rachel, what are you going to do? Are you ever going to trust us again if this is another letdown?
I mean, I'm gonna be bummed because I know we were talking about how there was like not as much buildup for Cynthia, but like on a personal level, I was sold the legend of the Rothrock, and it's been more of like a Roth, I don't know, jazz. It's just been meh.
You tried.
Well,
you tried.
I did. I tried. I reached. I was trying to come up with some easy listening. I don't know.
Well, let's be fair. We know that the legend of Cynthia Rothrock is a real thing. Like there are plenty of Hong Kong action films that she is a superstar in. These are not those films. These are the American films where they did not have the creativity and the ingenuity, the time, the
Or
dedication.
the idea that a woman could lead an action movie.
The artistry, they had nothing. They just tried to make these, cheap direct-to-video action movies as quick as possible. So going into that, I'm actually going in with low expectations for this
Okay.
one. Very low expectations, and I'm hoping that, by going in with low expectations, I'll come out of it being like, okay, yeah. Rachel is now going to be more interested to take time out of her very busy schedule to go watch some of the good Cynthia Rothrock movies. So we'll see.
All right,
We'll
all
see
right.
how
Well,
that ends.
So I'm trying to do this one sobs today. What is how many sections before I break?
2. I give it 2.
You give it 2? Oh.
I'll say 3. I'll say 3
Oh,
sections.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate your faith in me.
That's all I got. Are we ready to start?
Jesus. Okay.
So
You guys both failed. I'm getting the bottle now.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are about ready to start the first 15 minutes of Martial Law 2 Undercover. Of course, this movie is on Tubi. That's where we always watch these films. And as is the practice on the Stevecast, if you're following along, if you're one of the new subscribers to this Outpost Unknown YouTube channel, we watch the first 15 minutes, then we break, we pause, we convene, we discuss what we just saw. Then we go into the next 15
We
minutes.
share our crushing disappointment with one
Yes.
another.
and we rinse and repeat until the end of the movie. So these episodes are usually around 5 or 6 segments long. So I think this is an hour and a half. So let's just get right into it. Follow along with us in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. So
Boy.
many suits and ties.
So many testicles destroyed, crushed to oblivion.
There are a lot of crushed testicles in this opening 15 minutes. Like, there's your drinking game right there. Every time somebody kicks somebody in the balls or punches them in the balls, take a shot.
2 shots.
A shot for
Yes.
each ball. Yes. Oof.
Guys, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah,
I said
Ra-
3.
strong.
I said 3. You can do it. Prove me
No.
right.
Rachel,
Prove me right.
I'm telling you, you don't need to answer to us. If you need to drink now, it's fine.
I mean, this is rough, guys.
I don't.
Where I've seen Cynthia Rothrock, she did crush some balls, which was nice. But
Yes.
then
Yeah.
I've seen her serve food and beverage and also get passed over for promotion. If I wanted
Yes.
this, I just videotaped my own life.
To be fair, Rachel, she said she was just filling in for a friend.
I
You gotta
don't
pay
know.
closer attention.
The way they set this up, it feels like they wrote her out of the movie.
Absolutely
Yes.
not. Absolutely not. Because at the end of this segment, that blonde chick, who I assume is Pam, I don't know if that's her name, but they showed that she knows kung fu or martial arts, karate, whatever it is.
Right.
So she's
Yeah.
gonna fight
Cat
Cynthia
fight.
Rothrock. We
Yep.
know.
Ah, yes.
We know
Cat
it.
fight.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, well let's talk about
Because
this. The first time we see Cynthia Rothrock, she is wearing an apron and serving food and beverage to people.
This movie.
There's this like very stupid segment where it's like the movie opens in a park and there's this happy upbeat music, and then it cuts over to like a black van and it's this dark music. So, they're evil people are coming. Back to the happy park music. Back to the evil music because now there's a biker gang. And so while this is going on, the van gang and the biker gang, they are making a deal for something, because they go into the back of this person's van and they open the box and they're like, but the box just opened up to the fucking void because of how dark this scene is. Like,
I couldn't see anything, and he then has to tell the guy everything that's in the box. And I think that's actually a really interesting filmmaking technique. Maybe they did not have Uzis and machine guns. They had no props, so they just lit it so you couldn't see anything, and then they had the character deliver the dialogue as to what's inside that box.
We spent all of our budget on Cynthia's apron. We can't have a pistol in here.
Money-saving device.
Well, anyways, the real hero of the movie, Detective Martial Law, because he's fucking back, he goes up to the van pretending to be a homeless person.
Not a detective yet, Steve.
All right,
Come on.
I don't know. The officer, Martial Law, pretends to be a homeless guy, goes up to the van, disrupts this void/gun deal, and starts fighting everyone. Cynthia stops serving food to people and comes to also get into the fight, but she continues to wear her apron. They everything that I am saying is accurate, and Rachel hates it.
I do.
Why, Rachel? Why do you hate this? Why do you hate that she's fighting in an apron?
Okay, so you know why. Don't start with me, Matthew.
The listeners need to know.
I mean, it's infuriating, right? Because she is like if what you say to me is true, she is like the gold standard of female action hero of the 80s. And so far, like I said, we see her peddling dogs and in aprons. It's just like great.
Yeah, and in the first Martial Law, when we first see her, she's banging Martial Law, and she's acting as like an undercover prostitute.
Yeah. So I guess, you made a housewife out of the hoe. I don't know, but it's upsetting. It's disappointing. It's underwhelming.
Steve, can you tweet Cynthia and
Oh,
ask her?
she hasn't answered from the last time we tweeted her, so no, I'm not going to bug her tonight.
That is shocking.
I think the last thing we asked her was, hey, we're about to show our super feminist friend Martial Law as her exposure to you. Is that a good idea? And she radio silence. I'm taking that to mean it was a bad idea which continues with Martial Law 2, Undercover.
Okay, hold on. I have Jeff Wincott. I got Martial Law's Twitter here, so I'm gonna send it to you, Steve, so that you have it.
Okay, well, I'll see what we can do with that. Anyways, Cynthia and her apron and her boyfriend, the star of the movie, beat up the two gangs. And then
her apron.
I like that there's an arms deal going on, but everybody's like, no guns, ball crushing only.
Yeah. I mean,
I like the fight scene.
Fair.
I thought Cynthia did awesome in the fight scene. I mean, it's not a Hong Kong fight scene, obviously, but she kicked a lot of ass. They put a
lot of balls.
It felt like that, that. But it felt like the director at least let her fight scene, like, there was more of it than our lead guy, Martial Law.
Before they remove her from the movie for probably at least an hour.
She's come. Hey,
she's on the box art. She is supposed to be here the entire time.
Hey, this is better than the first Martial Law where she didn't show up to like segment 3. So come on now. The whole opening of Martial Law, there is no Cynthia Rothrock in the first 15 minutes of it. So at least we got her here.
I mean, we got her here, but they also use this opening segment to explain why she's likely not coming back for several segments.
She can make me a hot dog if she wants. I'm not going to say no.
Oh, God. Anyways.
Feminist ally, everybody. Here he is.
I said if she wants to.
Looks like.
I said if she wants to, Rachel.
This is what a feminist looks like t-shirt right now because I can hear it through the
If she wants to. It's her choice, Rachel. It's her choice. She
All right,
I
will tweet her that. I'm going to tag Rachel. Will you make my friend Matt a hot dog?
I'm not demanding Cynthia Rothrock make me a hot dog.
I
said
Matt,
she can make me one if she
Matt
wants.
and Rachel are demanding that you make them hot dogs.
I will accept it.
Anyways, after they break up this arms deal, Sean Thompson, which is Martial Law's real name, he gets promoted to detective and told, hey, we're going to send you to a different precinct because this precinct wants to start like a martial arts division. And martial law's like, oh, cool. When do I and Cynthia leave? And the captain says, she's not going. So I feel like we are not going to see her.
I hope you're wrong.
So
I
Rachel,
really do.
Rachel, what are you most bothered by? The fact that Cynthia is not getting this promotion in the transfer, or her boyfriend, the star martial law, just assumed that she was going to tag along with him?
I mean, do I have to choose or can I just say both? I just think it's like there's a general vibe of disrespect. You know what I mean? Like they want to use her name on the poster. They like know enough to realize that she's the marketing draw, not like Meathead McGillicuddy or whatever his name is. But
Meathead McGillicuddy.
That's his name. He is Meathead McGillicuddy for the rest of this.
Yeah,
I
mean,
it.
it's just like garbage. They're having her, like, I don't know. She's so disposable in terms of the screenwriting. It's infuriating, but yeah.
Yeah, this is real bad so far.
Wait, okay, would you say this 15 minutes is better or worse than the opening 15 minutes of the first martial law?
Can't they equally be shitty?
This is better than the first 15 minutes.
Okay, I agree with you there.
Yeah,
I think this is at least better. We get a little bit of Billy Drago here, and Rachel, you pointed out, is he not playing a bad guy?
I'm very confused.
This movie is subverting our expectations.
Exactly, which already makes it better.
Well, okay.
Ryan Johnson. Hashtag
Yes.
Ryan Johnson.
Subverting expectations is the superior form of storytelling.
Yeah.
God. So he gets promoted. He gets promoted and told that he's going to move on. He goes to the bar and has a chat with Cynthia and tells her that, well, now that I'm leaving, maybe you'll get the chance for a promotion. And then they move on. He goes to the next precinct. Like, are they actually dating? Because she talks about splitting up the team. She doesn't actually seem to be concerned that
they were having sex with each other in the first film.
Yeah,
but once again, talking about crushing balls.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're not going to see her for a while. But anyways, he just leaves and goes to the new precinct where a bunch of identical-looking people greet him. And I don't even know these people's names. There's one guy who works in administration and one guy that I'm just calling the tour guide because that's all he does. He starts giving martial law the tour. Apparently they have some history together, but then administration guy comes out and things get awkward, and tour guide guy says, I gotta leave. I got something else to do. We'll reconvene tomorrow. He apparently follows administration guy and a woman that we think may or may not be Pam. I don't think they've actually named her yet. But administration guy is doing yet another
evil
drug or arms deal of some sort. Tour guide follows him to take pictures, but is immediately caught. He gets his ass kicked, and that's where we are paused.
Everybody's in suits and ties.
They look
It's
identical.
weird.
I can't tell anyone apart.
It's their hairstyle. You gotta look at the hairstyles.
You could
One guy's got a
drown
ponytail.
in the hair grease on martial law so far in this movie.
You could. Now, I think Cynthia Rothrock's going to show up at some point to save martial law. And eventually, she's going to get into a fight with evil Cynthia Rothrock, who's like the long-haired version of her with the really sort of stern facial expression. That's what I think is going to happen. What do you think is going to happen, Rachel?
No, I think you're right on. Anytime you have the evil Smurfette situation, they're setting up the cat fight, right?
Yeah, and how does that make you feel?
Definitely not marginalized or recognized in any way.
So Steve, you got any grand, plans for the rest of this episode? Are you going to keep watching? Are you going to do something else while we struggle through this? Are we going to quit 10 minutes?
I mean, I kind of want to quit this episode, but no, we have not yet encountered a Stevecast movie so bad and so disappointing that we just give up halfway through, and that is not going to start now. We are going to do this.
For
There
you,
was one incident.
for you subscribers, listeners, this is all for you. And we're going to start minutes 15 through 30. So follow along in 5, 4, 3, 2, hiya!
Oh my god. Problematic.
Oof.
You see that sweet ass Dutch angle of Cynthia Rothrock?
Yeah,
Traffic shot, no less. Hot.
Highlight of the movie so far.
We're watching two movies. because one of them is offensive but entertaining, and the other one is just like greasy man action and not the kind you want. It's a
That's only offensive in the South. Nothing. No reaction.
Sorry, no, sorry. I'm paying attention. I'm here. What? In the South? What?
Steve, what happened this 15 minutes?
So we pick up with the drug/arms deal that tour guide was dropping in on. Administration guy whose name is actually Dobbs. Dobbs and evil people are doing some sort of deal. Tour guide gets captured, and rather than just execute him, they're going to like fake a DUI. One of the guys tells the girl that we thought was Pam, but her name is actually Bree. They tell her, we have to make this look right. And so they grab a bottle of booze, hold tour guide down, and just pour the whole bottle down his throat. They take his car with him in it to like the edge of like a highway overlooking a cliff or something.
PCH.
They put him in the driver's seat, they snap his neck, and then they just push the car off the cliff. So people think that he was drunk and just missed the curve and got himself killed.
I feel like any sort of detectiving would have realized that neck snap couldn't have come from this car crash.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. It's like this would have been better if you just put him in there and hope for the best. You know, go down there and beat him up if he survives somehow.
Just knock him out first.
Yeah,
just knock him out.
The neck snap seemed to be crossing a line here, but Detective Martial Law, Meathead McGillicuddy,
yes,
he shows up and just says, "This is wrong." Tour guide told me that he stopped drinking.
Takes a very hands-on approach to gathering the
Yes.
He's just picking up everything.
Yeah,
like
he's
just became a
examining the
detective.
crime scene. He doesn't wear gloves. He's just stealing evidence. At this point, he has no reason to suspect that there's an evil cop, so he just starts stealing evidence just of his own volition. But what stood out to me was tour guide apparently told martial law Meathead McGillicuddy that he quit drinking, and of course alcoholics are known for keeping their word when they tell you that they're not going to drink anymore.
I feel personally attacked. How dare you?
Ooh, okay. All right, Steve.
I'm just saying that
We have a lot of alcoholics that listen to this show. Just be
we have a lot of alcoholics on this show right now.
Hey!
She lies to us constantly.
Like Rachel at the beginning of this episode told us that she was going to try to not drink, and we don't think she's going to make it.
It's true because we
I've
believe
made
she's
it
an alcoholic.
so far. Hey!
I said segment 3. That's what I said.
I
I've
feel
made
like
it two
she
so
should go
far.
pour a drink now.
So you're
Wow.
encouraging her.
Wow.
You're trying to push
So
her down
first
that
you want to
alcohol.
give me shit for drinking, and now you're trying to like push me. You're an
worm tongue
enabler.
me.
Well, I
Rachel.
know I
You're-
want to
yes!
I want to win the bet,
Worm
and if you drink now, I win.
What bet?
Okay,
Was there an
maybe we
actual
should
bet?
Make a bet. Let's make a bet.
We didn't make a bet, but I said
You
2
just said we
segments.
made
You
a
said 3. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bet
You
with
lost.
nothing on the line.
You
what do
lost.
we
Get
want?
over it. You lost.
What do we want if I can make it all the way through this movie soaps? What do we get?
You
Matthew?
win the ability to pick the next movie.
No.
Congratulations!
That's a punishment.
We
I feel
allow you to pick the next
Yeah.
I
movie.
feel
Yes.
like I should get to pick what episode, like what show you're on the network. An episode of a show that you're on the network. If I make it to the end.
Yeah, that's interesting.
No.
I don't know. I'm hearing consent. So
Jeez.
Oh, wow, consent.
come on, Steve.
I mean,
You're
Rachel-
so convinced that you can't trust me and that I'm gonna drink. I feel like you should feel confident in this. bet that you're
Rachel,
gonna win.
no means no. I need you to respect that and stop trying to force your things on me.
She's so problematic, isn't she?
You don't want me to
She's so-
force my things on you?
I do not. We're all about consent here on the Stevecast.
Wow, Steve. Wow.
God, what the fuck are we talking about? Tour guide is dead, and Meathead McGillicuddy immediately suspects that something is wrong. We see a random a couple of random shots of some dude named Spencer. Obviously a bad guy with that name, but he's karateing with his dad. He owns a nightclub where he uses his money to coerce a girl named Celeste into working for him because he paid off some loans that she had, and so now it's like, oh, do me this favor, why don't you hang out in my skeezy nightclub for a couple of nights and talk to these rich bigwigs. I want this guy to die. Anyway, Spencer owns this club, he knows karate, blah blah blah. Then we cut to Cynthia Rothrock, and Rachel, what was Cynthia Rothrock doing?
Ladies be shopping. We
Yeah.
love shopping.
Cynthia Rothrock is walking around with a couple of shopping bags from the mall. She gets attacked by 3 random guys. She kicks their ass, as she should. And then some rent-a-cops show up, and she chastises them, and then she leaves. And scene. The scene is done. Meanwhile, Meathead McGillicuddy is trying to get Billy Drago, who is the captain, to support an investigation onto tour guide's death, and Billy Drago says no. And Matt raised the question in the chat, do we think that Billy Drago is going to end up being a bad guy? And I feel like so far, I don't think they're setting it up. I think he genuinely believes that tour guide just, lied about drinking.
I refuse to believe that Billy Drago is not a villain until I see it happen. I can't think of a single movie off the top of my head where I'm like, oh yeah, Billy Drago was a good guy in that.
If Matt gets all the way through the end credits and there's no stinger, he would be like, fine, Billy Drago was innocent this time.
Yes.
I think you're going to need to see the martial law outlaw to be totally sure.
Martial outlaw, God. Meathead McGillicuddy goes to Spencer's bar, starts asking questions about Detective Tour Guide, and dollar store Fabio tells him, stop asking questions, we value our privacy, get the fuck out. They fight, and it's kind of even, but then Bree comes up and kicks him into another fucking scene, because it's just that's the end of the fight. He gets kicked into a bathroom, picked up, starts to get arrested, but then Administrator Dobbs is there, lets him off the hook. Then Meathead McGillicuddy goes back. He remembers that he has a girlfriend and goes and finds Cynthia Rothrock. They go have drinks together. They talk about tour guide's death, and that is where we are at.
I just want to say for the record, Cynthia Rothrock has won every single one of her fights, and Meathead McGillicuddy has gotten his ass kicked repeatedly.
Yeah.
And yet he got the promotion.
That's right. I like the Cynthia Rothrock scene. I like that they gave her her own scene in order to kick some ass. And I love just the dismissive attitude she has of these 2 rent-a-cops who pop up late, and she's like, I was going to go on vacation. And I made the joke that Chad's like, oh, she's not even going to do the paperwork. When they show her again, she's literally doing the paperwork, which
So
I was like,
grim.
attention to detail, attention to detail. So far, the story is stupid. There's nothing interesting in this movie so far.
The first movie has Meathead McGillicuddy, the other actor. Somehow this new version of martial law is even more of a charisma vacuum than the guy in the first movie. But in the first movie, martial law Meathead McGillicuddy goes undercover and infiltrates David Carradine's drug crime business. This movie is called Martial Law 2 Undercover. Is this going to be the exact same plot, or are they going to is Cynthia Rothrock going to go undercover and infiltrate this business?
Well, we know he's a pimp, so I guess we know what she'll be doing.
She's got experience from the first movie, Rachel. She knows how to get this stuff done.
Oh God.
I did not do this to Rachel. For the record, I did not pick the first movie, nor did I say, hey, we should watch the sequel.
Yeah, this is for the listeners out there. All the subscribers we got from the first
are doing this to me.
for the first martial law.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Rachel, the listeners are encouraging you to drink right now, so that I win the not bet.
Man,
I'm
you are
strong.
really trying to get her to drink, pusher.
I'm strong.
Cerulean
Quit
blue
enabling me.
is like a gentle breeze. Jeez. No one gets that reference.
No.
It's from the X-Files, from the Pusher episode. It's what he says in the car.
I've seen
X-Files
4
sucks.
X-Files episodes.
X-Files does not suck. You suck. Son of a bitch.
Only if you
And
ask
with that,
nicely.
we got nothing else to say because this sucks so far. So we're going to start minutes 30 through 45 to get it done as fast as we possibly can in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Non-problematic. Hiya! Yeah. These fight scenes are real bad.
They are.
Very good, are they?
They're poorly staged. Nobody blocks. They just stand there and they punch him in the face a few times. It's bad.
There's like you throw one punch and then you wait 2 or 3 seconds, and then the other guy throws a punch, and then you wait 2 or 3 seconds, and then you throw your second punch. Yeah, there's lots of people blocking punches with their face in these scenes, and
It's
pretty
not that
rough.
they're not blocking; they're just blocking with their face.
just everyone knows that the face is the strongest part of the human body, and you just put that in front of someone else's fist, and everything will be. God, this is bullshit. I hate
Meathead.
this movie. I hate
Yeah,
this movie.
exactly. Well, I heard you got in a fight once, Steve. What's the story?
We don't need to talk about that.
Sure we do. Did you block with your face?
I did not. I did.
Rachel, don't you feel like these are May stories?
But yeah, only because I think you think I'll forget, but I won't. I don't want to hear them.
All right, minutes. Fuck. What
30
do we
through
have?
45.
30 through 45.
We're only halfway through.
Oh my god, I've already checked out of this. So, Billy Drago, the Captain Billy Drago, is just telling martial law, what the fuck? You caused a scene in a club. You almost got yourself arrested. You're lucky no one's filing charges against you. Tour guide died. Here is his blood report. He was twice the legal limit. He drank himself to death. Let it go. Martial law, Meathead McGillicuddy, immediately does not let it go, and it goes and starts investigating tour guide's previous arrest. And he finds out that a couple weeks ago, tour guide arrested someone at this club, Club Syntax, which is Spencer's club, and there's no record of it. The charges were dismissed, and there's no record of the arrest even happening. And so Meathead says, okay, well, here's my in. Clearly, yeah, that's how I feel.
Steve, faster.
That's how I feel too, but you're the one that makes me recap all this.
You can skip the nothingness. Just
Oh,
take
well,
a step.
thanks for joining us. We'll see you
level
next episode.
We should have drank.
We should have drank. God.
We should have.
Anyways, the title of the movie is Martial Law 2 Undercover. He convinces Cynthia Rothrock to go undercover. He says that my cover is blown because I was outed as a cop at this bar. So you go undercover as a bartender. Since she is on vacation,
okay?
she is willing to do this.
What was that sound?
I
What was
bumped
what
the
sound?
mic, Sorry.
It sounded like you fell over or something. I'm like genuinely concerned over here in Nebraska.
It sounded genuine.
Steve didn't
I've never
care,
felt more
but I
loved
cared.
or
I am
more
trying
not
to
cared
get
about.
through this movie. You are the one causing delays.
Steve's like, she could drop dead for a while. I gotta finish the synopsis of this
Do
movie.
you remember that one time where I thought somebody was breaking into the house while we were recording?
Yeah.
Did you know that later I went and looked at the window and there were handprints on the outside of the window?
Oh my god.
And the phone call was coming from inside the house.
Ugh.
All right, mock my pain. Carry
I
on.
do. I will. Anyway, Cynthia Rothrock is going undercover. Spencer is trying to buddy up to this, I don't know, business guy. I don't know this person's name. But Spencer, he was in the last scene too, and Spencer's trying to get information out of him. And so he tells the guy, hey, I got a special party I think you would be into. Follow me. And so they go off, and Spencer is hosting these underground UFC type fights.
Fight Club.
And yeah, a fight club. And Spencer tells the business guy, hey, we're both gamblers. I will make you a deal. I will pit my one guy, who is the dollar store Fabio, against two of your guys. If you win, I will give you the club. If I win, you will sell me your business, which apparently is worth $20 million for half that. And so they agree. Fabio beats the two guys up, and that was it. Like, half of this 15 minutes was the slowest fight scene in the history
The
of fight
fight's
scenes.
still going on. It's not over yet.
Oh, I was so into this, I paused at 45:15.
Oh, yeah, I'm on 45. It's still in the middle of the
Okay,
fight.
well, spoilers, it's over in 15 seconds when you push play.
Yeah, I want you to tweet Denise Duff.
Why?
Steve, I want you to say that I love her and that she has made Martial Law 2 Undercover somewhat watchable for me.
Okay, you have made Martial Law 2
Yes.
colon
Rachel, do you know
Undercover.
who Denise Duff is? Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
I did not know who
but
she
in
was.
all honesty, I did. She looked familiar, but I had not made the connection. But I have since gone to IMDb. But I'll let you do the big reveal.
She plays Michelle in Subspecies 2 and 3. So we're getting our full moon connection here. Denise Duff.
Yes.
I love Denise Duff. She's awesome in everything she is. They're filming Subspecies 5 right now. So looking forward to that. Denise Duff, big horror scream queen from the early 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I tweeted her that she made this movie watchable. I still don't know who she is. Was she tour guide's wife or what?
Yes.
Yeah, she's the one that was at the funeral and, you know.
Oh yeah, the tour guide got like the 21 gun salute. I'm like, really? Did he really deserve that?
Do you know that I genuinely did not remember there was a funeral scene?
This is why you come to me for the synopsis. I'm looking at the chat, and Matt's like, I don't know what's going on with this fight or why this fight is happening.
Yes. Okay, so we've already seen this guy. Was his name Tanner? We saw him in the previous segment go up against Martial Law. And Martial Law pretty much beat him up. It wasn't until like evil Cynthia Rothrock showed up and started kicking him that Martial Law lost. So I don't understand what this is supposed to set up. Are we supposed to be like, ooh, this guy's such a total badass that, man, Martial Law, how is he going to take this guy down? We literally already saw a fight between them, right?
I saw the fight. I saw the fight between the two of them, but I didn't think Martial Law beat him up. I thought it was kind of a draw, and then evil Cynthia Rothrock came up just to put an end to the fight because there's a fight happening in the club.
Regardless, even if it's a draw, it's still, you're not setting up that this guy's an uber bad guy that's going to put your hero in any danger when we've already seen, well, he couldn't put him away the first time that he beat him up.
Are you
this scene should be before
questioning the storytelling of Martial Law 2 Undercover starring Denise Duff?
Yeah. Yes, I am. And it's bothering me. That's all I have.
Nothing's happening in this movie.
Nothing
This
is movie
happening.
Is so fucking boring, and it's weird because I'm like, I still feel it's better than the first Martial Law, and yet nothing is happening in this movie. I don't care about the
know.
story.
I feel like Martial Law 1 was better.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, Rachel. What do you think?
I mean, I've kind of blocked it out of my memory. I forgot David Carradine was in it until you said something, and I was like, oh, right.
And remember, David Carradine is like, you're going to fight my guy for whatever it was. This scene is like stolen directly from the first one.
Yeah, I feel like
that
this
parking garage
is
scene, which is like the only thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah, this is just a remake of Part 1, but with Cynthia Rothrock going undercover instead of Meathead McGillicuddy.
Okay. So with the first one, at least we had evil David Carradine. What they should have done here, and I'm still holding out hope. I'm holding out hope. There's a puppet
Evil
master
Billy?
behind here. Yes, that Billy Drago should have been the main greasy-looking bad guy in this. Like, why do we have these other stupid individuals who no one cares about when you have the great Billy Drago just toiling away in an office set pretending
Maybe they
to
couldn't meet Billy Drago's price. Like
That's
they
what I
only,
was
they
saying,
only
gone
offered
for a
him the
day.
cameo price.
Billy Drago doesn't have a price. He's in
he's
every
dead,
single
so-
American treasure Billy Drago. How dare you, sir?
Can we
See-
talk about how bad Dollar Store Fabio's acting is?
Oh god.
Because he when he reads a line, it's like he says one word and then he has to like pause to process the meaning of that word and make sure it leads in to the next word. Like
Oh,
they're like
guys
Cynthia
are gonna
Rothrock.
make me say problematic things. We must move on.
No,
Do
we're
it,
not
Rachel.
moving on.
Do it.
Cynthia Rothrock is having like an impromptu like job interview for a bartender job, and Fabio shows up and he's like, "Yes, I do think that we could try her out
Yeah.
tonight."
Yeah, so I always have my perspective on acting is there's no such thing as bad acting because it's
Wow.
the director that is allowing that to be put on screen, right? But that theory is based on the premise that someone knows how to act to begin with. So if this guy, I don't think this guy knows how to act. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna look up this guy's IMDb. I'm gonna see if he's been in anything else. And I'll
Yes,
throw it to you
good
guys.
idea.
Do you feel that the guy who plays Tanner has been in anything else? Yes or no? Before I click on his name.
I'm going to say yes, and he's probably filled this same archetype
Yes,
in everything he's
exactly.
been
Oh
in.
my God, he's been nominated for 4 awards. Okay, hold
What?
on. Yes, hold on. Let me click on it. Let me
What
click
is
on
his name?
His name is Evan Laurie. Daytime Emmy Awards, Outstanding Music Direction and Composition. Oh, he's a musician.
Oh,
Okay, so that's what he's been nominated for. Let's see. He's got 13 acting credits here. This was his. Well, both these movies came out the same year. He was a Climax Club bouncer in Double
Okay.
Impact,
That makes sense.
and he was Tanner in Martial Law 2 Undercover.
He started producing music for Nickelodeon in 2001.
Weird. Okay, yeah. So this guy, he just plays a generic heavy in a lot of these.
Is he the most legit person in this movie?
He might be. Cynthia Rothrock's the most legit
Okay, fair,
person.
fair.
But yeah. Okay, so this is one of his very first acting roles. Now I haven't seen anything else he's done. Maybe he's a Shakespeareanly trained thespian. I don't know, but man, it's bad in here.
Woo.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, I got nothing else. Like
Nothing else.
This
Good,
movie's
good.
giving us nothing to work
Good.
with.
Let's continue then, ladies and gentlemen. 40 minutes 45 through 60 of martial arts.
Wait. Can we
What?
just say I made it? 3. I made it.
That's
I made
true. That's
it. You
true.
were right, Matt. You were right.
Thanks. I like to hear that. Remember that, Steve.
But that means that Rachel
45
can
through
now.
60 starts right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Bring me the bottle.
Oh, this is rough.
I knew it.
This is rough.
Billy Drago does not play good guys. He
Can I-
plays
can I-
bad guys.
Can I tap out?
Apparently he plays sexy leads in this.
Yeah.
Can I just submit? I'm
Oh,
out.
I thought you were doing something completely different there, Steve. I thought because we got that Billy Drago sex scene, I thought that's where you were going with that.
Yes. Right sound, wrong vibe.
Ugh.
But you know, like honestly, there is a good movie hiding in this. Like, if this movie was just Cynthia Rothrock scenes, it would actually not be terrible.
Her scenes
Because
are good. Her fight scenes
they're-
are
yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that when she fights all those guys protecting, I was like, you know, I was engaged in the movie. I didn't want the scene to end, and then we immediately went back to Meathead McGillicuddy.
Guts.
And I was like, oh my god, I want to die. This is the most boring shit ever. I mean, Billy Drago hot sexy times aside.
I like
Words
when
that no
she-
one has
are
ever
solid.
strung together in that sequence.
I like when she kicked that dude and they knocked him like through the door, like the open
Yeah.
car door, and the car door, and she like flips that. I don't know what that thing was that she had in her hand. But she flicks around and she's like
A
points to the
baseball
guy.
bat?
And he fucking, baseball bat. That's what they call those. Yes. And then the guy just like, and then the clearance rack Patrick Bateman just runs off. That's all great. That's all
Yeah.
good stuff.
You know what I noticed the most about that fight scene is when someone threw a punch at her, she blocked it.
Yeah,
Almost like
not
she
even
knows.
with her face.
It's almost like she knows martial arts.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about these 15 minutes if we have to. The fight ends. Discount wreck. Fabio wins, and so Spencer is going to buy this evil businessman's business for a discount. Problem is,
Awesome action movie plot point.
yes.
How you gonna get it, man? We don't got $10 million. Don't
Yeah.
you question me, Tanner.
Yeah. Tanner, who is Discount Fabio, says, what the fuck? We don't have the money that you promised this guy, which brings up something that just makes everything here stupid. Like, in the previous sequence, Spencer basically goads this evil businessman into betting because they're both gamblers. So the deal was, if Spencer loses, businessman gets the nightclub for free. If Spencer wins, he gets the other guy's business for $10 million. Why didn't he just say, I win, I get your business, you win, you get the club? Like, he put himself in this position where he has to do...
He probably thought the guy would immediately say no to that.
I don't think
is the
so.
club worth $20 million?
No, but he was giving the guy a 2-on-1 advantage in the fight. I don't know. I'm just saying he's not the smartest villain that I've ever seen in an action movie. Anyways,
I'm glad you clarified that for me.
So Spencer made this deal not having $10 million. To get $10 million, he is going to go break up a drug deal, and he makes a pact, or he tries to make a pact with Billy Drago, the evil, the medium dirty cop, as I think Rachel put it in the...
He's medium dirty. He's
bad.
not gonna kill nobody.
So Billy Drago is a dirty cop, but he has limits. Spencer tries to make a deal with him and says, hey, I know about this drug deal. I will give you the information. You can go bust it up. You can have all of the drugs. You can have all of the glory, but I'm keeping the money from the transaction. And Billy Drago tries to say, no, I'm not doing that. But Spencer says, you're in until I say you're not. You're a dirty cop and I know it. You're blah, blah, blah. You're still working for me. Meanwhile, Cynthia Rothrock has befriended Tiffany. Tiffany is the girl that tour guide cop arrested, but then the arrest record was wiped out. So she's like the link that ties all this together. She is getting hit on by this discount rack,
if you will.
Yes. She is getting hit on by this Patrick Bateman, who'd you say? Like the American Psycho knockoff guy.
Yeah, he looks just like him when he comes up to her at the bar.
He is being skeezy. He will not take no for an answer. So Cynthia Rothrock literally grabs him by the balls and drags him out of the bar. And so, of course, they're women. She gets rewarded by shopping.
Is that how it works, Rachel?
I mean, it's not how it doesn't work.
I mean, Rachel, you're at the bar. Some guy's putting advances on you that you don't want. He won't leave you alone. And Cynthia Rothrock comes up, grabs him by the balls, and throws him out.
Yeah.
Are you like, hey, let's go shopping?
$300 lingerie. It's the girl code.
Okay, I just needed to know that.
Yeah, we're receiving confirmation.
As this scene was happening, I was like, here it comes. Matt's going to go ask me if I've really
It's
gone
life.
lingerie shopping with my girlfriends.
Yeah. Have you?
And, of course!
Okay, just making sure.
So Cynthia Rothrock and Tiffany have bonded now. They end their shopping spree, and when they're outside, they get attacked by Skeezy Dude and two of his friends. Cynthia Rothrock destroys these three guys, and it's fucking awesome.
As she
Completely competent fighter, more competent than anyone else in this movie.
The cover of the movie with her with that thing you call a baseball bat.
That thing I call a baseball bat.
That's from this scene right here.
Professional athlete Matthew.
Yes. So she's beating these guys up. One of them goes at her with a baseball bat. She disarms him, takes it, points it at the main the evil Skeezy Dude. And then he has, remember the club, the thing that you put across your steering wheel? Like, the commercials were all over the place in the 80s and 90s. He has one of those, but Cynthia Rothrock points the bat at him, and he's just like, no. He just drops it and runs away, which is the smartest thing anyone has done in this movie so far.
Yeah, and don't forget, Steve, who's watching? Evil Cynthia Rothrock is watching.
Evil Cynthia Rothrock
sees
this, which leads into the next scene because evil Cynthia Rothrock apparently told Spencer about this. So Spencer goes to Cynthia Rothrock and says, "Hey, I got a thing coming up. I need more bouncers. I want you to be it," and she agrees. Meanwhile,
finally, the promotion she deserved from the start.
Yes. Except she's only undercover for a week. Then her vacation is over, and she's got to go back to her real job.
Working through the weekend. Relatable content.
Meathead McGillicuddy, who for a while I
Cuts
had
deep, this
blissfully
movie.
forgotten was in this movie because he disappears for the majority of this 15 minutes, and it's fucking
Which
awesome.
is why it's been the best 15
Yes,
minutes
absolutely.
of the entire movie.
Yeah, this has definitely been the best 15 minutes.
He gets a phone call, and it says, "Hey, I have information about the death of tour guide. Come to this bar." And so he does, and the bar people immediately attack him, and you find out that Administrator Dobbs set him up. He gave the dirty bar people $1,000 to
the
beat
dirty
up.
bar people.
Apparently, they didn't.
Bad
What
name.
what was the point of this setup? Was because they look like they were just going to beat him up, but not kill him. Like, did Administrator Dobbs not think, hey, if this guy gets an anonymous tip about tour guide cop, and when he gets there that he gets attacked, is that not going to make him think, hey, there really is more to this story, I should continue to pursue this?
I mean,
I'll be
it's pretty
honest.
dumb.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. I have no fucking clue.
Words that you say every time we do a Stevecast because
I
you
know.
don't pay attention.
It's my ADHD. I apologize again.
Anyways,
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
Wow,
Me-
way to be insensitive, Steve. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck you, Matt.
I have a disability, and you are just putting me in an emotionally bad place right now, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, so the end of this is Tiffany setting up, lighting some candles, getting ready. Boom, Billy Drago walks through the door, and they're on each other. Are we going to get a Billy Drago sex scene?
God, I hope
We
not.
better.
Is
No.
that what's... I feel like Billy Drago's put in the work and the time. He deserves a sex scene, don't you think, Steve?
So that sounds very transactional. Are you saying that he deserves it because he's put in the time with a woman?
No, as an actor, getting to be in a love scene or something with somebody, not just disposable villain that they kill off. Remember in Invasion USA, like they shot him in the dick and threw him out a window.
They did. They did. There's this
He
scene
is
where
by far the sexiest man in this entire film. I'm just gonna say it.
I mean, but that's a low bar. There's a scene where Tiffany and Cynthia Rothrocker
Didn't
are
realize you had such
having.
an anti-looks of Billy Drago
I know,
perspective,
I kinda-
Steve. This is something I didn't know about
he's so skeezy looking. Like Tiffany and Cynthia Rothrock are having girl talk, and Tiffany's like, "Yeah, there's this guy that's really into me, and I think I like him. He's gonna take me away from all this." It's fucking Billy Drago. Oh God, swing and a miss, lady, swing and a miss.
Wow, Rachel, if let's say is Billy Drago a man that would be able to sweep you off your feet?
I honestly think he's kind of sexy.
Okay,
Like,
see?
every time you say that, I'm like, I can probably get it.
Oing, 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 oing.
A little bit.
All right, so the skeezy Patrick Bateman, the line that he used was, "You look too
Canadian
good to
Psycho.
ignore."
Uh-huh.
So if Billy Drago, the corpse of Billy Drago, were to come up to you and say,
The
"You
corpse?
look too
Wow.
good
Be
to
a
ignore,"
corpse.
Jeez, Steve.
Wait, is Drago dead?
Yeah, he died.
Oh, R.I.P. Rest in power,
Yeah.
Drago. So, okay, I would probably have sex with Canadian Psycho before I had sex with the corpse of Billy Drago, but if they were both amongst the living, there'd be no contest.
How do you feel about the line, "You look too good to ignore"? Because that was Patrick Bateman's go-to move on Tiffany.
How do I feel about it? I mean, like,
Picture of a young Billy Drago in the chat right here. Tell me that doesn't get you hot and horny, Steve.
this is a lot of conflicting information. One makes my vagina want to fall off, and the other one does not.
The other one, you have two.
Okay, yeah, this is clearly the best 15 minutes.
It gave
of
us
the
something
movie.
to talk about.
Gave us something to talk about. It was interesting. We got the Billy Drago reveal. We've got an awesome.
Hopefully, we get another Billy Drago reveal.
Yeah. We got a cool Cynthia Rothrock action sequence here. We're 30 minutes to go, everybody.
God, we still have 2 segments.
2 more segments, and let's not take any more time. Let's start the next minute 60 through 75 in 5, 4, 3, 2 hot for
Here
Billy
we go.
Drago. Go.
Here we go. Well, that was not the best 15 minutes.
Decided drop in quality
Yeah.
from the previous 15 minutes.
Yeah, I checked out. I went to pee in the middle of that, and then I'm just looking at cat pictures.
Yeah, I'm liking where the Discord is heading. The movie sucks, but the Discord is 10 out of 10.
All right, so we get some a hot question mark Billy Drago action.
Do not judge me. Do not
Billy
judge me.
Drago looks like he's wearing the face skin of a second older Billy Drago in this.
Wow. Wow.
It's a little Billy Drago turducken action. I'm into it. Let's
The
make it happen.
disrespect you put on this
Drago
man, this great
turducken.
man's name. The disrespect.
Anyways,
Not me?
I'm talking about Steve. I did not know there was this anti-Billy Drago sentiment that he had.
This is wild.
no, Billy Drago is great. Billy Drago's face is terrifying.
Really?
Gosh. All right. Okay.
No,
so
I'm kind of into it. It's kind of
I think he's got a very unique look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
unique is a good way to put it.
I mean,
Evil femme. I'm into it.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's like some hideous, horribly ugly person that you seem
No.
to think he is, Steve.
Well, different strokes and whatnot.
It's all right. More Drago for us.
Yeah.
Yes, you
give me all
can
the drink.
have my share of Billy Drago.
I accept.
So Billy Drago is about to have sex with Tiffany. They don't turn the lights on for it, which seems to be
They
a
turn the
theme in
lights
this movie.
off. It's on, and I'm like, yeah, and then it's off, and I'm like, no.
Tiffany roofies Billy Drago, and when that
Problematic.
happens,
Deeply
yes,
problematic.
deeply
It is
problematic.
deeply problematic. I agree.
When that
No one should
happens,
roofie anyone.
Spencer and Tanner come in and kill Tiffany and take pictures of Billy Drago with a gun. So they are now framing him for the murder of Tiffany. Then Spencer has a couple of phone calls. He tells someone, go and take out Meathead McGillicuddy. And then he's at his dojo and people are about to attack. That is when I went to go pee. I'm assuming the fight scene was just amazing, and it's really my loss that I wasn't here to watch it.
Yeah, we mentioned that you left when the
Racist.
first Asian martial artist showed up on screen and you bailed.
Oh,
made that
well,
note.
yes. That's me. That's what I do. I went to pee. I'm assuming that Meathead McGillicuddy survived and the fight was terrible. When I came back,
It was one of the better ones.
one of the better ones. High praise for Martial Law 2 Undercover.
One of the better ones for McGillicuddy, not for
Yeah.
Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah. I mean, compared to like the weird, I don't know, the fight that lasted for 45 minutes, or
The Fight
every-
Club fight.
Yes, or every single fight and this is like the first fight he definitively wins, which again, racist.
Well, anyways, when I came back, Cynthia Rothrock is on the phone with Meathead, telling him that I think something happened to Tiffany. Go investigate. He goes to
Go be a detective, your
go
job.
detect things. He goes and tries to get into the house where he thinks Tiffany lives, but finds evil Cynthia Rothrock, aka Bree, instead. So he again knows, okay, there's more of a connection to this club.
She does the right thing.
Yeah,
she does the smart thing. He's like, let me in. Typical detective. Well, what's a piece of paper between friends? Shut the door. Give me a warrant.
He cannot even win a fight against a door. He is
He's
He
terrible.
is a door.
He's
His
terrible.
DNA is half door.
This character, remember, this character carries over from the first Martial Law, in which
Somehow this was a
Meathead
downgrade.
McGillicuddy, if you remember, in that one, repeatedly let his brother, who was doing continuous criminal activity through the whole thing, just let him off. Just let him go. This character is a piece of shit. He's awful.
Imagine being like, let's make a series about this dumbass.
Yeah, it's terrible. I'm just wondering, like, who would want to watch this? Like, if we watched the first Martial Law and in
No,
Martial
we
Law
didn't
2,
want to watch it. This was forced on us.
Well, that's
I
the
did
thing,
not
like-
consent to Martial Law 2 Undercover.
we were roofied into watching this by our listeners, and I don't appreciate it, listeners. You put all them dollar signs of views in our brains, and we felt like we had to do something like this, and I don't like it. I don't.
Speaking of pieces of paper, when Spencer
Are you serving me right now?
Yes.
Are we getting a divorce, Steve?
When Spencer made a deal with Evil Businessman, I get your club for 10 million. The Evil Businessman said you have 1 week to deliver the money, or presumably he's just backing out on the deal. So Spencer gets sent a note that just says 2 days left, signed Evil Businessman. And so Spencer says, "Okay, we got to pull the trigger on the drug deal." And so Billy Drago organizes the drug bust. And he tells everybody to get ready for the fight, and then he says that Meathead McGillicuddy and Administrator Dobbs, the other evil cop, you two will be in charge of handling the evidence. And then the drug bust happened. I think we're maybe still in the middle of the drug bust where we paused.
Yeah,
that's it. The drug bust is happening.
I want to say that I absolutely despise this trope in movies where it's like, I'll give you 1 week. They just did it. We just complained about this on Two Mats, One Steve. Plug. Go listen to that show. About Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, where Namor comes through and he destroys Wakanda and he can kill them all. But I'm going to give you a week. I'll give you a week, Shuri, to figure out how to beat me so you can beat me later. I hate it. It's like when you have the opportunity to do the shit, don't do this fucking week crap. I hate it. I hate it.
This movie wouldn't happen if the Evil Businessman had just said, "Okay, give me my money."
Yeah.
And then when Spencer said, "I don't actually have the money," he'd been like, "Well, fuck it. I guess we're not doing this deal then." Roll credits. That's the end of the movie.
End of the movie. Yeah. I don't know. Anytime
the best
a movie
timeline.
Anytime a movie, a villain, or somebody does it, I'll give you a week. That is the laziest writing you can possibly do, because it takes your whether it's your protagonist, your antagonist, whoever the week is being delivered to, the sort of like how you got 1 week left. It takes all of the interesting writing that you could have possibly done to get for them to learn how to get themselves out of that situation in the moment away. And it just it shows just like, okay, well, this guy's actually way more powerful and could do whatever they want right now, but we got to write a way in which we allow our characters to have time to, quote, figure it out. And that's stupid. It makes those characters look weak. And why writers do it, I get why they do it, because they're written into a corner and they got to be like, well, yeah, this person's overpowered, so we got to figure out a way.
The plot doesn't happen if I do the logical thing.
Exactly, and that was one of my big complaints about the new Black Panther movie. It's like bullshit, but I digress.
Matt just wanted to take the time to throw some shade.
Off my soapbox.
Trying to figure out what the writer other things that the writer has done. One of them did My Daughter's Psycho Friend, a TV movie.
Oh.
What?
Scanner Cop, that's another one.
Scanner Cop.
Yeah, that sounds like a winner.
Oh, there are. Okay, yeah, I'm looking at there's multiple writers on this thing here.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you looking at, Rachel?
I was looking at Pierre David because he sounds fancy.
I'm going to look at Giles Fitzgerald here.
Yeah, what's up with old Giles?
I want to look at the upcoming Stevecast schedule because I want to know if we're ever going to watch something good.
This is the only movie that Giles has done. He did a TV series 4 years later, one episode called Adventures of the Old West. So we don't have we don't got Tony Gilroy level writing going on here.
Are you telling me the writer of Gabe the Cupid Dog is not Gilroy level? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
The next,
but he's the Cupid Dog. It's all in the title. That's great writing. I know what I'm getting.
So, how do we think this is all going to end, Rachel?
Stupidly.
Not fast enough.
We got 15 minutes left here. The chess pieces are on the board. I don't know where they're at on the board because I haven't been paying any attention. Here's what I think is going to happen.
I have.
I mean, we predicted, right?
Defeatedly.
Cynthia Rothrock has to fight evil Cynthia Rothrock, right?
Obviously.
1,000,000%.
That's got to happen. Billy Drago, does he live or does he die?
Dies.
He dies. How? Who kills him?
I think
maybe he tries to redeem himself, and then Spencer takes him out.
I think it's Greasy Ponytail.
That does not narrow it down whatsoever
Tanner.
in this movie.
Tanner.
Yeah, I
You
guess.
think Tanner
Sure.
kills Drago? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We have to see Spencer fight because they established like early on in the movie that Spencer also knows martial arts, but he has yet to actually do anything. So I think someone's just going to take out Tanner, and then Spencer and martial law will be the final battle.
I think Spencer takes out Drago. Tanner fights martial law. Martial law beats Tanner. Then Spencer takes off his shirt dramatically to show all of his muscles and gets ready to fight. And then Cynthia Rothrock, after taking out evil Cynthia Rothrock, she and McGillicuddy team up to take down Spencer. That's how I feel it's gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Can you get on board with that? Are you on my level with that?
I didn't actually listen to what you said, so
I
that's
got
fine.
a little lost in the middle, but okay, so we think
Okay.
Billy Drago is gonna fight
No.
Meathead McGillicuddy?
No, let me
Okay.
let
Tell
me
like a
rewind.
5.
Let me rewind. Okay. Spencer kills Drago.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
I'm on
Tanner
board.
fights McGillicuddy. McGillicuddy beats Tanner.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
Spencer then rips off his shirt, showing all of his, rippling muscles.
Ew.
And then after Rothrock beats evil Rothrock, good Rothrock and McGillicuddy team up to take down Spencer.
Right. Who gets the final blow though?
Oh, it's going to be stupid McGillicuddy.
Yeah, I think
He's going to get the final
Right.
blow.
This movie
think
doesn't have the balls to let
Odds
Cynthia Rothrock
that,
be the
though,
hero.
Rothrock kicks evil Rothrock in the non-balls.
Yes. Kick to the coot. Yes.
Is that going to happen?
Odds on kick to the coot are 100 out of 100.
Okay. Well, there we go, guys.
Coot.
We are doing the last 15 minutes here. Minutes 75 through 91 in 5, 4, 3, 2, play.
Wow.
Wow.
So that's a movie that we've seen.
Darkness. Darkness.
I will say the next movie that was suggested by Tubi is a movie called Undefeatable, and it looks like it actually stars Cynthia Rothrock as opposed to her just being in it.
That's what's up for me as well.
Christy Jones, played by martial arts cult legend Cynthia Rothrock. I don't think she's a cult legend. I think she's just a legend.
She's a legend.
Anyways, Cynthia Rothrock avenges her sister's death at the hands of a crazed martial arts maniac.
That already sounds better than the last 90 minutes that we sat through.
So
All
I'm
right.
skipping through it, and I have yet to see Cynthia once. Oh wait, there she is. There she is. At an hour and 11 minutes.
Are you kidding?
What?
I'm skipping through and I don't see her.
Are you? Is this not Cynthia Rothrock
Oh, there
in the
she is,
beginning
there she
of?
is, there
I'm
she is.
7 minutes
Okay,
in, and she's there.
Okay, I see her.
God, how disrespectful, Rachel. Jeez.
Disrespectful to the martial arts cult legend Cynthia Rothrock.
Unbelievable. I don't even know why we
There's Cynthia Rothrock movies on here. Why are we watching these ones?
Because the
Jeff.
Hong Kong ones are not available on Tubi.
Anyways,
What the fuck
let's talk
happened,
about
Steve?
this movie. The drug bust wraps up. Martial law and Administrator Dobbs are taking the money back somewhere when Meathead McGillicuddy says, "How long have you been a dirty cop?" And Administrator Dobbs just immediately confesses to it. He stops the van they're in, gets out. They're surrounded by bad guys, and they've got Meathead McGillicuddy at gunpoint. And Dobbs says, "All right, we're gonna kill you, and I'm gonna be, the tragic survivor of this attack on the police. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna win a medal." And then the bad guy with a gun on Meathead says, "Well, I got different orders." And so he takes the gun off of Meathead McGillicuddy, points it at Dobbs, and kills Dobbs. That gives Meathead the opportunity to fight them all and win the battle. If you were that bad guy, why would you not kill Meathead McGillicuddy, and then when Administrator Dobbs thinks that, okay, we're all good here, then kill Dobbs? Other than these are just idiotic bad guys, and I hate it. Anyways, Meathead McGillicuddy wins the battle, takes a guy at shotgun point to where the handoff of the money is happening. There's a big fight. Cynthia Rothrock fights Bree for like 3 seconds. Like, I looked away and looked back, and they were just fighting. I don't know how the fight actually started.
It started with them in the background. Like, you saw
Yeah.
Meathead McGillicuddy was fighting in the foreground, and then all of a sudden you see Cynthia Rothrock like turn and start punching Smurfette, evil Smurfette.
Yeah, I missed that. I just
It's
saw.
like they didn't
I saw
film
them
the
fighting.
beginning of the fight
Yeah.
or something.
I just saw them fighting on a staircase for 3 seconds. Then she kicks Bree off the side of some scaffolding, and Bree dies. Speaking of that,
easily the most disappointing aspect of this whole movie. I was looking forward to good Cynthia versus evil Cynthia, and that might be one of the biggest letdowns I've ever experienced in my life, honestly.
Yeah, that shit was whack.
Totally terrible.
they kill 4 or 5 people by just kicking them off the scaffolding. Matt spotted a chain and said, "Okay, they're gonna die hard someone."
Yes.
And so they Meathead fights Tanner, and they battle for a little bit, and Tanner gets die-hearted. He gets choked out with a chain, and then Meathead fights Spencer, kills Spencer. Then Meathead says, "Okay, the Billy Drago is in on it." So they go to Billy Drago's house. I guess they're going to arrest him. Billy Drago just shoots himself in the head, and the screen fades to black. Cut and scene. Roll credits.
Yeah.
Was
What the hell?
he couldn't live without Tiffany. He loved Tiffany. He loved her, and he
So this
couldn't.
is a love story. That's what this is, a tragic love story. We thought it was an action film. No. It is a tragic love story.
I mean, it's so abrupt.
Step aside, The Fly.
Yeah, like there's not like a resolution. There's
Whoa,
not
whoa,
like
whoa,
a
whoa, whoa.
final beat.
Go ahead, Steve. Sorry, I wasn't listening to you.
There's not like a final beat. Like, I mean,
No.
you would think that, okay, Meathead gets to go off to live with Cynthia Rothrock, and now her
We did see
vacation
him
is
push
over.
his way past Cynthia Rothrock on the stairs. I was like,
Oh
what the
yes.
hell?
Well,
What
you
the
did.
hell?
As men, we don't see that, Rachel.
He wanted to get to the door first so that he could open it for her. He was trying to be a
Yeah.
gentleman.
Right. Yeah.
This sucks. There's like almost nothing redeeming about this movie other than the presence of Cynthia Rothrock and a couple
Yeah.
of decent fight scenes that she was in. This is
Also,
trash.
Sex scene.
Billy Drago's sex scene. You don't see those very often. You
Yep.
don't
There's
see
a reason
very.
for that.
You gotta really cherish them when they pop up. On
I
the
do not
screen.
cherish them.
I did come up with. I posted this in the Discord, and it's when I don't know what Dobbs or whatever's in that car, and I was like, this is a missed opportunity because I always look at these things as like a writer, right? I like to fancy myself sort of like a creative, and I'm like, how could this be improved? And there's a great moment when Dobbs and whoever that other guy is in the car, and he's like, hey Dobbs, can I ask you a question? And Dobbs goes, shoot. How great would it have been if the guy would just pull out a gun and boom, shot him in the head, killed Dobbs right there? That would have been incredible, and I'm going to use that in something in the future because
Shoot,
I think that's
if you say so. Bang.
yes, boom, just boom, done. That would have been great. This movie's fucking bad. Is it worse than the first Martial Law?
Yes, 100%.
100%. I don't know.
No, I feel like they might be equally bad.
I mean, I don't remember being like as angry at the end of the first one as I am now.
I was pretty spicy at the end of
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
Do you feel
Yeah.
like Cynthia got like at least better treatment
Yes,
in this
yes.
one?
Yes, because she wasn't the prostitute at the bar as I was sure she would be. I do feel like she actually got. I think both of the movies are equally hot garbo, but if we are just grading it on a scale of respect for Cynthia Rothrock, this one is far superior.
Yeah. We actually get to see her do fight scenes here just on her own, right? People just show up and she's just going to kick some ass and do her own thing. But yeah, they never made a Martial Law 3. So
No, it's Martial Outlaw.
Martial Outlaw.
I would like. What is the? Is there a synopsis for Martial Outlaw? We're not watching it. We're not watching it. I just want to see it. Is there a
Sounds like we're
synopsis of
watching
some
it.
sort?
Gotta be. What's the next thing we can watch with Billy Drago, Rachel, and make Steve sit through like 90 minutes of Billy Drago face?
I'm fine
Hey,
with sitting through
Billy
Billy Drago being Billy
Drago's
Drago. I don't need to see
sexiest
him banging
role.
anyone. The synopsis for Martial Outlaw says Kevin White and his brother Jack have got a lot in common. Both fighters, both cops, both on the same case. But when it comes to busting a major Russian drug ring, they're both playing on different sides. I don't know what any of that means.
I wonder, and this is just a topic to throw out here. We as horror fans, generally, and Steve, you're not a super big horror fan, so I understand you wouldn't fall into this category, but just generally, horror fans like it when they see, let's say, a slasher film, right? They see the same thing sort of over and over again, right? Just a killer running around the woods, chopping people up, or just insert various location in place of the woods. We like that. We like seeing the same thing over and over and over again. It seems like a lot of these late 80s, early 90s action films are the same thing over and over and over again, right? It's drug deals gone bad, it's double crosses, it's an excuse to throw some kicks and punches in there, here and there, and it's literally the same movie over and over. So do you feel like these action fans are just like horror fans in that they just want to see the same thing over and over and over again and enjoy them for what they are? Bad. Like horror fans enjoy bad horror films.
I mean, I think that there is a certain quality to what makes a bad horror film good, and I think that's true of an action film. Like, I have not seen Invasion USA, but I'm guessing it's not a good film. But you guys seem
You're
to
right.
love
It's
it
greatest film.
because it has that whatever that X factor.
There's some charm to it,
A
and I don't know how to
goofiness.
describe. I don't know how to describe it other than a charm.
It's almost like so over the top and ridiculous that you can't help but feel like the plots, right? I think that, like, we talk a lot about the canon films. I think the crazier and zanier the plots of these action movies get
Yeah.
is directly proportional to how much enjoyment you will get out of them. There is like no interesting plot in these martial law movies. These are stupid
Yeah,
plots.
they are played completely straight.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so
Where is the humor?
yeah,
Seriously.
so we go through these movies and they're just unbearably tedious. But we
Yeah.
watch something like Invasion USA or like an American Ninja movie or something like that, and they're so ridiculous that
We
you
should
can't
only
help but
watch
laugh.
canon films on the Stevecast.
Canon cast. There you go.
I'm still looking at Martial Outlaw, and under Did You Know for trivia, much to the disappointment of Jeff Wincott, the film's screenplay featured no scenes for his character to appear shirtless. Wincott had prepared for the movie
my God.
with a 3-month diet and training regimen and was so determined to show off his body that he improvised the part wherein an opponent rips off his sweater during a fight scene.
Well, wait a minute.
Fuck
wait a
you,
minute.
Jeff Wincott.
Wait a minute. Wasn't he? He was topless in that sort of training dojo sort of scene with
Yep,
Cynthia.
we're talking about a different movie.
Oh. I'm catching up. I apologize.
This is what it's like to play video games with Matt, too.
Listen. I am terrible at video games. However, I'm like Shaquille O'Neal at video games, Steve. I miss all my free throws until I need to make them, and then I become a Hall of Famer. As you will see on the Coward Squad Fortnite show. I save your ass all the time with my jump pads. Jump Pad Master Matt. That is my name.
I don't know what that means.
You'll have to watch. You'll have to
I
watch
didn't-
Coward
yeah.
Squad, Rachel.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We need them sweet views, Rachel.
People, it is the Invasion USA of video game play-alongs. So
Yes.
get into it.
Yes,
Get
yes.
into it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. This movie gave us nothing to work with, so I apologize for everyone that made it to the end of this show. I apologize even more so if you followed along with the movie. Please forgive us.
It's pretty bad. I think when you're listening to this, it's now 2023, so we'll try to do better this year. However, Don't Fuck in the Woods is coming next, so we will
God
see.
Damn it!
But we're all going to be drunk for that, right? We all
Oh,
have to
oh, yes.
drink for that one, Steve. That you said like once a month. That's our once a month thing. Have Maddie hook you up with some, like, do something different outside your comfort zone, not rum. Go like, I don't know. What should he drink, Rachel?
What's wrong with rum?
I mean, it's disgusting. There's that.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
But I mean, here's the thing: is if it's what makes you happy, and you'll drink it, then I'm fine with it. Go for it. If you need, like, if rubbing alcohol makes you happy, you'll drink it.
What makes me happy is not watching Don't Fuck in the Woods.
You know, I have.
Oh, you know what? It might be good. Who knows? Reserve
No.
your judgment.
0% chance that movie's
Alright.
going to be good.
I'm watching Mirror Mirror 3 tonight. I have a box set of that, old DVDs of the Mirror Mirror franchise. So thanks
Well,
for
get
that,
ready.
Rachel.
Sexy time with Billy Drago.
Maybe I'll do a
once again.
review for it.
Sexy
There
Time
you
with
go.
Billy Drago should be the name of a podcast.
Yes, Sexy Time with Billy Drago.
Would subscribe. That's the center of my algorithm Venn diagram.
Tickle that like button, everybody. Sexy Time with Billy Drago. All right. Thanks, everybody.
2.8 out of 10 on IMDb. We're gonna have a great time.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the Real Stevecast, where you know, every once in a while we become, I don't know, bitter about our existence and why we continue this show. Martial Law 2 was one of those, but it'll get better next week or next 2 weeks, whatever it is.
No,
Don't fuck in the woods. Oh, I looked up.
Existence is pain.
I looked up this guy, Sean Burkett. Apparently, he's the director of Don't Fuck in the Woods, and coming out in 2022, Don't Fuck in the Woods 2. So
God.
there's a sequel to
Don't
this movie.
Don't Fuck in the
Oh, yeah.
Woods has a 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah, solid 2.8. That's almost a 3.
We're so close.
Round up.
We're so
Round up.
close, Steve. So close. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.